Welcome back to the Schmoedown replay. We are the Cinefanatics. My name is Chris Adams.
My name is... I can't hear anything. I had the volume up way too loud, and that was right into my ear holes. Good Lord. What a way to start off the weekend.
Welcome. What can I say?
Robert.
But you're welcome.
Robert. Name's Robert.
The name is...
Welford is the chilling sound of your doom.
My name is Woolly Head McGee. That's right. I need a haircut so bad that cousin it would be something or other. I don't know, that joke kind of just...
Would you stop bringing our cousin it into things again?
Are we live?
We are live.
We are. What's going on, guys? It's a beautiful Friday night. We're here joining you, watching Schmoedown once again. And your cat, once again, is licking herself on camera.
With Lola.
It's just not a Cinefanatics live stream if Lola's not licking herself.
Lola.
Oh, okay. Well, we got an interesting one for you guys tonight. As we've spread all over the social medias, it's a veteran affair tonight. We have Mark Reilly versus Jeff Sneider. Ooh.
Yeah, these are two people who have been with the Schmoedown since the very beginning. So these are two who really know the game. And I love getting these. Like, I love the influx of the rookies that come in, especially if it's a rookie that you don't know what they know, and they just come in and just start sweeping the floor with everyone.
Adam Collins.
But then you also get like the nice traditional, you get the veterans that come in, and it's just a nice, like, hey, I've been around for a very long time. Off. Let's see how much movie knowledge you still have.
That's right. We got two guys tonight who've been around since the beginning. Mark Reilly a little bit more beginning than Jeff, but Jeff's been around for a while too. And I don't know, both of these guys are doing pretty good in the tournament so far. I mean, you have Sneider, who was able to get his revenge against Oyama, and you have Reilly, who's been doing
round one.
Made it. He's done pretty good. He's made it through a couple matches, and he's looking to get that championship belt that he once had a while back again.
So I'm looking at the bracket right now, just trying to determine where the future outcome of this. So whoever wins this is going to take on either Ethan Irwin or Tom.
Good luck, everybody.
That we won't know until next week. More on that later. But
good luck, everybody.
Yeah, this, I don't know. There's a whole lot that could go really well here. But again, going back to what we're talking about as far as two veterans, two people who know how to play this game. These are two people who could potentially be scrutinizing this game pretty well. Like looking over each other, making sure everything is copacetic, I would say.
But that's the thing you have when you have people who've been in the game, have been around the block for a while, and know left, right, up, down better than the back of their own hand. If any of that made any sense. What I'm saying is that
it's Friday night, it's the end of the week, and blah, 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 blah.
We're here to party. Yeah.
And crazy guys.
He's drinking his drink, and I've got my water. Yeah.
And the cat is still licking herself. So,
it's crazy Friday night. No, so what I was saying is that both these guys, I mean, Sneider is one of those guys who knows to look for things in the game. He knows to look for his opening to capitalize on situations when the opponent gets a bad question or maybe misanswers a question in some capacity. He's usually one to look for those openings. Reilly is someone also who knows enough strategy of the game, having been partnered with Bateman also, not only just knowing strategy himself, but being partnered with one of the master strategists in this game. He knows kind of what to look for also and how to prepare for a match now. So we have two guys who are really, really amped up, know how to play the game, and I'm eager to see what kind of damage they can do against each other in this match.
Yeah.
I believe also we need to make note that this is Dagnino or Gucci of the Defense Stock Exchange versus Roxy Stryer of the Rockstars. So there's going to be a whole lot of something. What the hell is he saying from Roxy?
There's going to be a whole lot of something on this one. Yeah. Anyways, who do we think wins this one? Now, keep in mind, the last time we said this, we were trying to give our opinion. We gave our opinion in one direction, which I believe that was on the Jeff Sneider versus Oyama match. We were given our opinion on one side, and it was not Jeff Sneider. And then he popped up at the very end of the stream, and we were like, oh, this is awkward, which is par for this channel, I know. So we have no idea who may or may not pop up later, but just in case, who are we rooting for this time, or who do we think is going to win?
Paul Oyama.
That's a safe bet. Good job.
No, I actually do have Sneider in this one. Just because I think Sneider, the level Snyder's been playing at is still a little bit higher than the level that Reilly is playing at right now, which that's not to say Reilly isn't playing at a very high level. He's found his groove in the ability to just relax and just have fun with the game. And that's what he needed to get there. But I think right now you see Sneider he's really wanting to bring it home for not only just himself, like always, but also for Roxy as well. So I see Sneider in this one.
Oh, well, that sounds good. Let's get into this.
Well said. I'm glad that you have input.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'll go. I'll side with Reilly on here. Let's make this a brotherly duel. You go with Sneider, I'll go with Reilly. Let's see who wins.
Okay. Well, no, you're too late.
Ow, that's a wall.
Yeah, that was a dumb bit. Welcome to Cinefanatics. We have Schmoedown reactions.
Man?
We have Schmoedown. Shut your yapper.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the movie trivia Schmoedown. It is the ultimate Schmoedown.
Yes, I know who Tug Benson is.
We are in round number 3. I am joined by Mark Baby Carrots Ellis.
Is that
Mark?
From
this is a battle
Thunder?
of legends today.
Oh.
Former champions, former friends.
Tugger nuts.
It's going to be man. This is going to be a battle. You know, we're talking about Jeff Sneider.
Tug
Mark
Benson
Reilly.
is.
I don't know.
I heard Tug.
Mark Reilly has ever beaten Jeff
it's
Sneider
from
in
the Hot Shots.
That the Wolves of Steel.
Oh yeah.
That's right. The Hot Shots movie. That's what's his name?
Excuse me. He did
Charlie
once.
Sheen.
He did once.
No,
with I think
the other one
when it came to the Odd Couple and who's
the boss? It's the president.
They split 1-1.
Gotcha.
But Sneider has beaten him in
I'm trying to think of the actor that plays him because he's in like all those spoof movies as well. He was in Airplane. He was in the air control tower, constantly saying like, "This is I picked the wrong day to quit drinking. I picked the wrong day to stop smoking crack. I picked the wrong day to stop taking amphetamines or whatever."
Gotcha.
Different ways, I would say, because Mark Reilly, yes, he's been a member of some successful teams in the past.
Viggo
Mortensen, the
no
of the Yodi Award, which you give out to legendary players each and every year.
Lakeith
Jeff
Stanfield.
Sneider, who, yes, he's a very good singles competitor.
No.
Heck, he took Baby Carrots.
Lloyd Bridges.
But when he teamed up with
Lloyd Bridges.
I
was getting there.
Good job.
I was getting there.
You were going to get there eventually.
He's related to Jeff Bridges.
Yes, he would be.
And Bo Bridges.
Yes, he would be.
And now they all come to a head here in the singles
I knew he was somebody's
The stage is
father. I
set,
remember
and
that.
I could not be more excited about this matchup.
Yeah, we've
part of the
different
Great American Family, the Bridges,
to get here too. Because if you look at Jeff Sneider has always been one of the really great players of the league. He's had, every once in a while, you'll catch Jeff off of his game.
I'd like to note that they are not from.
Even when you
they're not from England.
Easy. You look at what Ethan Irwin he had.
Otherwise, they'd be London Bridges
this year, and he got just a 5-pointer. He didn't.
Wow,
they would have.
He
would have fallen down.
Montagna pretty easy.
High quality content tonight, y'all.
We got there. We got
nemesis, Paul Oyama, and advanced. Now, Mark Reilly was having a little bit of a different year. Mark Reilly he had beaten
settle in and relax, everybody. It's
the year and had a
wild and crazy Friday night.
Then he had obviously the win with Who's the Boss against.
So wild and crazy. I got my fidget spinner.
He struggled in that match.
Oh, yeah, of
against Shazam on Who's the Boss, and it hurt his confidence so much so that you could tell in his match against Video Drew, he almost lost that match. But it was the match that he just won against Perry Nemiroff that the old Mark Reilly seemed to come back.
Yeah, with Reilly, it's always a
Especially
balance
because
with
Perry
him. It's that
took
fine
out
line of
Kalinowski.
getting that emotional high without getting too low.
Yeah, I actually would have liked to see a little bit more from Perry still, just because I think that she came back with a fire from having not played in a while. So it'd be really cool to actually one, see what she's going to do in teams with Haley, but also just see her go on a tear sometime in the future.
He doesn't prepare, he barely even knows what he showed up for. But once the
also because I see her on my movie screen,
you get a lot of
whenever I get to see movie screens.
Again,
coming right down to the finish, maybe even.
Hey, the last movie we saw in a theater was
so we're going
Tenet.
to see the story of the former two-time.
It's also the first movie we saw in theaters.
Two-time teams champion, and how this.
No, that's how Tenet works.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Who plays Vincent's girlfriend/manager in 1986, The Color of Money?
Bad people keep winning. And Sneider's a weasel. And make no mistake about it, he's a very good player. But he's a weasel.
Rematch.
I want that belt with that guy, and I'm going to just dust this off. It's not a big deal, and I'm going for it the next match.
Oh, yeah.
I like how Sneider plays it like he just doesn't care.
You hear that?
And it's awesome.
I can hear it. It's two big mouths from Massachusetts talking smack on me.
Well, if it isn't Mark Reilly, a great guy, a guy I'm proud to call a friend.
And Chris Evans' sweater from
when he steps into the ring with me, he's about to meet the movie press.
Mark, I've worked with you for a really long time, so I really mean this when I say I know you at your core, which is how I know.
The only players I need right now are at the desk. Apparently, you need an entire support group to help these guys out.
And your winner, Who's the Boss? I mean, sure, Who's the Boss took care of business with Odd Couple. When you talk a big game, you do. And Jeff Sneider is really the only competitor I think can match his big mouth with his big play.
He's considered one of the best players of all time when he was under my tutelage. And now he's under Roxy's tutelage, and he's not even close to Mount Rushmore. Reilly is. Is he still a good player? Sure, he's a good player. Reilly's better. That's proven.
Tom, this is the truest sentence I've ever said. You are living garbage. I am not going to feel bad for 1 second when we beat you guys today, because Jeff Sneider is the real deal.
The real movie press. And he ain't going to escape this one alive. I'm going to show him who's the boss. Have another glass of wine and relax, because I'm just going to do all the work. Just sit back and take it, brother.
You're probably flapping your mouths. You know, saying I'm a has-been, old. You know, the knockout didn't help matters. But then I dusted myself off, and I reminded myself of what this game is. And when I played my friend Perry Nemiroff, I just felt good again. I was able to pull a big 5-pointer, and here I am now, looking right in the barrel of some rock stars.
And Mark Reilly is just a nice guy. I can't bring myself to go full heel when it's Mark Reilly.
I think by him not doing that stuff, you're seeing more elevated play from Sneider, because this Jeff Sneider run is reminding me of his Patriots run. You know, you guys talked about Sneider slants. This could be, I think it is the start of a Sneider slants, to tell you the truth.
He's one of the most entertaining people to watch of all time. I could watch Jeff watch Pete drive. Mark, just go back to the rest of your herd, honey. Try something new.
I reminded myself of what it is, what it means to me to be in the Schmoedown. And honestly, Roxy, Sneider, that should scare the out of you.
Yeah. Edited by Nerd Chronic.
Reilly with the mic drop at the end.
Yeah.
What up with that? Love it.
Welcome, Jake Iacovetta. Yeah. both have camera
There's a
setups to
lot
do
to it.
promos
There's
on
a
their
lot. I
phones.
mean,
You
It
know,
hurts my
Since
soul to see
season
portrait
one, he was
mode
the first
and not
champion ever.
landscape. It hurts my
Jeff
soul.
Snyder nobody talks about this.
just
Jeff
turn it.
Snyder was
Just
the
turn the
first
phone.
rookie
Also, can
to
somebody
ever
get
come through and
Dagnino
win a
a mic?
championship in his rookie season.
Yeah.
He did it. He came in season 3, and then he won the team's title. Of the
Maybe
At least a
even a
point and shoot.
at the end, of
Or
that
like a
season.
lapel that
He's
just
been
plugs
a
into
staple
his
of
phone.
the
So
league
if
for
he
a
is
long
filming
time.
on his
Wow.
phone,
Watch him on backstage anytime.
You're expecting too much there.
He's the Dennis Rodman of this league. You never know what the hell he's going to do. You don't know what.
Maybe
he's
a new
gonna say,
phone.
but it's always Jeff Snyder's Jeff Snyder. You
he's
don't know
filming
what
on a
kind of
flip
crazy
phone.
footage
I
you're
guarantee
gonna
it.
get, but you know you're going to get a guy that if you
It's
don't pay
a
attention,
diamond
you
and
don't
gold
play this game
studded
right,
flip
it's gonna make
phone,
you
but
Yeah,
That's
it's,
right.
it's
The
still
question
worth
is,
like a
is
couple
Mark
$1,000.
Reilly gonna step up to the
Oh,
But I
of
mean,
course.
that just goes
That
without
goes
saying.
without-
Is
yeah, absolutely.
Mark Reilly going to be Joe Dumars? Is he going to be Scottie Pippen, B.J. Armstrong? I'm just naming Chicago Bulls players at this point. Christian, I think we're about ready to get going. But before we do that, the managerial aspect of this is something very intriguing to me because
I'm just saying, Riley's gonna come in and he's gonna do what he does.
Throw at each other. I look at this matchup as a contrast.
We need to get
There it is.
Gucci on this.
There it is.
Someday we'll get Gucci on one of these.
You interrupted my impression.
Manager of the year 3 times. Roxy still looking for that elusive.
That's why we need to get
manager
Gucci
of
on
the
one
year.
of these.
And I think getting a victory here today could certainly, if not solidify her chances to win, maybe torpedo Gucci's.
All right. Well, speaking.
This is why people.
Roxy Stryer,
That's why people
and
tune into our
Tom
channel for the
Dagnino.
brotherly bickering.
2 arch nemesis. You two since last season. You've been
Gucci
going at
sweatshirt.
it.
I was gonna say, what's up with that,
Roxy, I mean,
that
you
hoodie?
Still to this day, even after 3 awards and many championships, you still say that Tom Dagnino. Well, you say he's an imbecile, and I don't disagree with you. You say that he's a terrible manager. I gotta ask you, why do you still feel that way?
100%. I don't even like sharing the screen with him today, honestly, but it's better than being in the studio with him because kid smells. I mean, he is the biggest piece of trash garbage as a manager. He continues to make massive glaring errors. There is no communication at all. The best thing about winning today will be seeing Tom's face.
Fair enough.
Tom, that's pretty strong words coming out.
Happy Friday, Tyler.
It's Friday.
You know how many times you've won manager of
Which
the
is in the
year.
middle of
Let's
my
get
work
a
week
little
for
more than
me.
surface
So,
with this.
okay.
What has made
I will
in this
celebrate
rivalry
because this is
worth
one of the
it?
few times where I work retail and I have Saturday and Sunday off.
Nice.
So
Don't know
Friday.
their elbow, but I've never met
That comes for
anybody
me
who
in
doesn't know their
a few
ass with
days.
their elbow as much as
It's
Roxy.
Friday. No, man.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
There are
All right.
varying degrees of.
I know you already
knowing your
stopped,
ass
but-
from your elbow. I feel like you either do or don't. It doesn't even really.
Yeah,
make
well,
sense.
you're
Time out for
some people-
15
some people
seconds.
somewhat do, but you like 100% don't.
Okay.
I'm the best
At least I
manager of
know
all
when
time.
to show my butt and when to show my elbows. I'm like you, who comes out in these short shorts and nobody wants to see that, honey.
Speak for yourself.
All right, listen.
I will.
Well, this
I wasn't actually keeping track of time,
Let me
so
ask
I
you
have no
something.
idea how much
I-
time.
I mean,
Bobby Gooch.
Yeah.
This is a guy
Gucci in them
managed
short
for
shorts. I
over a year and
mean,
a half.
that's
Um,
entertainment
a little bit more
perfection
so.
right there.
You were
I'm just saying.
you were with him. Well,
Yes, I did.
he did actually.
A good one.
You were with him for the run.
He's,
the legendary run. The winning
shorts,
the belts,
they're-
the 6 defenses. What
They're
What
Gucci.
is it about Jeff Snyder? And do you think that Jeff Snyder is past
A couple $1,000. Yeah.
No, he's a great player. And like Mark said in the pre, he just looks like, laissez-faire, comes in, doesn't look like he's going to
Defense stock exchanges.
Sandwiches.
All about
right?
that
Laissez-faire.
Laissez-faire.
But make no mistake about it, the guy is a
Are you questioning
fantastic player.
the
He just
Gooch?
needs to not be on
The Gooch?
rock stars.
The Gooch?
She's not going to lead him anywhere. She has no clue what she's doing.
Wasn't that Kate McCucci on
he needs to
Scrubs?
go somewhere else.
Yes.
When this season starts next year, I guarantee, mark my words, that he is not on that team. That's facts. But is he one of the best players of all time? Yes, 100%. And when the run him and JTE had is unprecedented. Nobody on the Rockstars will ever do that again.
All right, fair enough. And then, so let me ask you, Roxy, about Mark Reilly.
Roxy's
former
face.
Collider Live
He's
co-host,
like the-
friend.
What?
Former companion is in the Collider Live space there. So, what do you? How do you feel about Reilly as the competitor? Does he still got it?
He's okay. He's not dialed in, and we've seen that time and time
He
again.
would- he would do better if he
At
was
least
on my
he's
team.
Living a great life, and he's super happy.
Once again,
and,
all
I'm
streams
happy for
tonight
him
brought
there,
to you
but
by
he's not a movie trivia
Blue
channel
Yeti
champion
microphones.
anymore. His time is gone, and honestly, it's a little sad to watch him hang on to this.
We all had to pay for him.
When your audio's not ready,
You
get
had
Blue
your
Yeti.
award. Retire, honey.
Wow,
Your
really?
prime is past you.
Wow. Deep shots here by
I'm
Roxy
I'm
Strider.
really just kind of like auditioning
Big,
for
this is a big
potential
match for both
ad space
both the
in the
rock
future.
stars, and especially for the
I
exchange.
just made that up
who
right now,
only
guys.
have
Yeah,
Reilly left
that
at
was
the
hot.
moment here. So
Just
here we
saying.
go. We're gonna drop you guys out.
He needs points more than
I don't know what he's talking about.
All right, we're gonna drop you out and drop Roxy out.
You know that
And
last journal standing.
I don't
that
know
we
what he's
both-
talking about.
Yeah, okay.
No, you really do feel like that could have gone on for 4 hours, and they wouldn't even.
No
know
idea
what
what that
they're in there
is
for.
and
It's
what
like
that
one
means.
Big giant quarantine every time they get together. Time, space doesn't matter.
That being said, I have a toothpick lying around
All
here
right.
somewhere still. Now,
Are you
where
ready?
it's at.
Yeah, now I've recovered and now I'm ready.
Don't know
Ladies
why.
and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first, representing the Finstock Exchange. With a
I don't know if this is Hell's Bells or For Whom the Bell Tolls.
7 defeats and
It's For Whom the Hell Tolls.
knockouts. He is the 2018 Ultimate
I am on
Schmoedown
fire tonight,
Teams winner
but I'm just saying that fire is probably like
and
a candle wick.
two-time
Yeah.
movie trivia
I am on fire,
Schmoedown
but you could easily blow it out
champion of the world, Mark Yodi.
unless I'm a trick candle.
I set my microwave at work on fire.
Mark Yodi, hey.
I was heating
sounds
up
like
peanut
a-
bu- I was heating up peanut butter.
That sounds like a fascinating story
So let me ask you,
that we're never gonna hear.
Yeah. Is it A?
Why would
hanging
you?
in the back because those were the more serious times, or it's just too
Because
hot?
it goes without saying.
Absolutely. The fire that burns in your microwave is the one that was probably created by Robert Adams of the Cinefanatics.
It's the same fire that burns your office space break room down.
Here, let's get a little relaxed. I'm not
Your
even wearing
office
pants,
space
so
down.
let's do this thing.
Break room.
I'm kidding.
The office
What's
space break room.
happening?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna need you to stop
Because
setting the
your
building on
opponent probably
fire.
Will not be wearing pants. We're lucky if he's wearing a shirt.
But
Now
I told you if you move me one more time, I was gonna set the building on fire.
is your tactic to try to
I used to sit by next to the
out-relax
windows
Jeff
and I could
Sneider
see the
because you
squirrels
know
and they were
you
merry.
can get intense when you're playing, and Sneider always seems to be very loose, like he's playing in a hammock with a beer. You take this thing seemingly more seriously.
So just
Is that gonna help
want my
you
stapler back?
or hurt you in
That's my
today's match?
stapler, my red swing line stapler.
Well, I think I learned that there's a balance that you got to find, in this, especially for me. I've gone through the ups and downs here in this season alone. Getting knocked out was
Glad we could be a part of
and I went in up here, I think.
bringing that
Really
smile to your
preparing,
face,
really
Tyler.
Doing all these things that I need.
Hopefully,
but when I really,
hopefully I really
embrace the
entertained
inner
you
Yodi,
when I did
for
my
lack of a
bit.
better term, more relaxed, more fun.
I don't want this to
Because
be taken
this
out
is
out of
when I
context
can
real
shine,
quick,
and
but
that's what I'm coming in to do.
my
Snyder
kitty is running
has the
rampant.
biggest mouth in the game, and
Oh, is she doing the crazy
transfers
cat
over a
run?
little bit of relaxing
She's doing the
for him
crazy
as
kitty
well.
run. Yeah.
So relaxed,
getting
that
her
he
steps
usually
in.
steals things.
Oh, yeah.
In matches and just can get away with it, like when he stole my Superman cape at the Odd Couple Chicago match. But anyways, I digress. I'm a little relaxed, and I think that's just fitting me a lot better.
All right. Well, Mark Yodi, Reilly, former two-time
And now she's coming to rest.
last surviving member in the tournament here for the Finstock Exchange.
Although
Take
you
a load
can't
off,
see
Kat.
you can't see her on the
room for a moment.
Do you remember Jeff
take a
Sneider
load
also
off.
stealing a young boy Chicago Bears jersey?
Sounds about right.
I see a tail. There she is.
And his opponent, representing the Rock Stars.
You're
so record
cute. You don't realize you're on
11
camera.
wins, 7 defeats, and 2 knockouts.
Again, still my
He
favorite
is
theme.
The former two-time movie.
Although
trivia
Yama's theme really is actually kind
team
of rising up the ranks for me there.
the InSneider,
It might have passed the swag theme for me.
Jeff Sneider. What are you reading?
Oh, hello. I'm just reading my Chicken Little press notes because the end is near for Mark Reilly. You think I stole a cape from you, bro? I'm about to steal a lot more than that. I'm about to steal your dignity, son.
Wow, Jeff Sneider coming in hot as
Woo!
Jeff Sneider, looking like the Jeff Sneider. of
Look
old
at
here.
that.
I have to say that. Look, Sneider. When you play a player like Robert Montano, and then you play. Obviously, there was something for you to prove with Oyama because you wanted to.
It's a nice coat.
But Reilly is one of those few competitors who has been in this game longer than you. So you guys have had your battles over the years. You've had a few more victories than he has over you.
Looks nice and nice and
the
warm.
best out of you when playing
But for
Mark
some reason,
Reilly?
it also looks kind of breezy.
No, not
I don't know.
really. I play to win every game.
Like it might have an air conditioning vent right here in the front.
Mark a couple of times. He got me once. He got me right there on the chin.
Wide
I haven't forgotten it.
open
I'm gonna smack him back
spaces.
today. But it's
Okay,
tough to
really?
tell
Just
too much
because we
about
live in
Mark Reilly.
Texas doesn't mean
He's
you
just
have
a
to
freaking
see
nice
Dixie
guy.
Chicks.
He's just a swell dude, and I like him too much.
Oh, that was Dixie Chicks? Eh.
He is.
I take it back.
Oh, stop. They're from Austin. Stop playing like you didn't know that.
But Jeff, some folks have
I honestly
speculated that might
forgot.
be your fate as well, that you were a great teams player. And
They might be
now
from
a lot of
Austin,
new
but I
fans are
don't
discovering
actually
your
try
team's
to
ability
remember
for
the
the
Dixie
first time.
Chicks
So for everybody
actively.
watching,
Goodbye, Earl.
if you had to
Oh,
compare
that song
yourself
is
to a
I
just
do
the
love that
worst.
song, though.
Celtic,
That song
who would
is
you
so
compare yourself
funny.
to, and why?
Obviously, Larry Bird, because I'm clutch. Okay, I can call my shot and then hit it in your face. I've won championships. That's what Larry Bird did. He was a winner. Drive right behind me. There's his book. So he's my inspiration. Larry Joe, this is for you, basketball Jesus.
All right, well, there you go. So Jeff Sneider, thank
What's
you.
a basketball
Mark
Jesus?
Reilly
I don't know,
and
but I
Sneider
want to
have
go to
entered
Boston
the
and
virtual
have a couple of
battlefield
beers
game.
with
Mark,
Jeff Sneider
round number
while
one.
talking
How's it go?
movies. This sounds
Round number
fantastic.
one, a lot
That
like
actually
any
could
game
be a
game,
vacation
is
for
8
me.
questions asked to the field. Each question is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for
I understand
missing
that,
a
but
question. There is no stealing.
you're glossing over the
It's
issue
not
here.
round number one.
What is
As
a
soon as you ask the
basketball
question, you have
Jesus?
15 seconds to
That's
write down
why
your
you
best
drank
attempt
the
at an answer
beer.
with whatever utensil you prefer to write with.
The more you
answer-
drink, the more you know who basketball
Provided
Jesus
for
is.
yourself.
The answer is at the bottom of the
Ask
glass.
you by name to reveal your answer. Please
It's
show
next
you
to
wrote
the worm.
camera at the same time you verbalize your answer into the mic.
What kind of beer are you drinking?
That's a shot of tequila.
JTE rules throughout
That's
the
a
duration
weird
of the
beer
match.
you're drinking over
Measure
there.
your
Technically,
question,
that's a
yourself time.
mezcal, but
Use the
whatever.
JTE rule. Jeff, you remember
A
him.
mezcal?
You also each have one challenge.
Yep.
to
It's
use
a-
at
it's a
any
mezcal.
point throughout
Yes.
the 3-round match. Now,
It's not really a word that shows off the accent too well.
By the way, those of y'all watching, shout
out
out in the chat. Have y'all eaten the worm?
Wow. One of those loosey.
Not a euphemism, by the way.
No, there's an actual
I
worm.
gotta
Have
tell
you
it
eaten
was
it?
good improv. All right, so
Not gonna break me with your fart noises, Harloff.
I didn't even, that wasn't me. So we're going to now get to it. If Jeff Sneider is ready,
If Jake is still here, I bet he
Are you
tried to
ready?
eat the worm.
I got my Brokeback Mountain jacket on. Let's do it.
Perfect. And
Jake
for Reilly,
ate the worm and then went hunting around the bar for more
let's
worms.
get ready to Schmoedown.
That was
Jake-
pretty good. Let me get another one.
He bought everybody else
All
worms.
right, here we go.
Yeah.
Round number one.
Are those real?
He
tears
gave
that
everybody
fall
worms.
at your little-
That was my
That's enough of this
I was actually
conversation.
laughing at you. It was,
Great.
excuse me.
Love you, Jake.
All right, here's the next one. Ready? The first one. All right, here's the question. Here we go.
You guys
All
are
right.
throwing me off.
Question number one.
Nice.
Action adventure. Which Fast and Furious actor starred in the film
Lucas Black.
and Brick
Yeah,
Mansions?
exactly.
Let's all try to remember that Christian has a wife and
I was like,
kids.
there's no way this name will ever be
I wish I
blanked.
could read what Gucci wrote right now. It's really funny. And
I don't even want to.
You know this one, right?
4,
Yeah,
3,
Okay.
2.
I had it written before you
First
even
one.
remembered it.
First one. Here it is.
Oh, already a
Which Fast and
JTE.
Furious actor starred in the films Into the Blue and Brick Mansions.
You just want to make sure it wasn't
Hands
Lucas
up after
Black.
you're right, guys. Just a reminder to both.
Yeah, right.
Jeff Sneider for this one.
Early JTE rule for Jeff Sneider.
And
Early jeté.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Jeff Sneider.
Paul Walker?
It is.
Yes, it is.
And Reilly?
Paul Walker.
Correct. All right. 1-1.
It is.
Paul Walker.
I
Paul
wasn't sure if
Bartholomew
it was
Walker.
Michelle Rodriguez. I was sweating there.
Well, you got it. So
I
there you
did.
go. Here's the question.
Sweating
number two.
because you're wearing a coat.
Fun sidebar from Sneider. Your next question.
He's not sweating in that
In
coat.
the 1990s, 90s movies is the category and the question for a point. Which MCU actor played a tabloid reporter named Wayne Gale in the 1994 film Natural Born Killers? Which Christian's bowels are.
Yep.
Really, that was great. Good sound. All right, here we go. And hands up
Yep,
there,
yep, yep.
Sneider. 5, 4, 3,
There's no way.
1, pens down, and Reilly.
There's no way I got this.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yes. Sneider.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, same.
You're correct.
Robert Downey Jr.
I was one last name away. Put Robert Redford.
Yeah.
That was going to be a tricky.
Question
I guess
three,
first
the
round.
drama.
Let's go with the other Robert.
though.
Which actress
Yeah.
plays the character Bianca, who is the female co-lead in the films Creed and Creed 2?
All right, Christian, here's a little what if. If Downey
Which
never
is funny
played
because
Batman,
whenever
what are we
this
talking about
actress
him
comes up in a
today?
question,
Does
this
he
is
go
one
into
of
something
those
else
that, like,
big?
I know who she is,
Probably
but
a
I always
Netflix series.
forget her name off the
5.
tip of my tongue.
Yeah,
I
I had to think
remembered
about it for a second there.
2.
Repeat the question.
All right. that was your
My
first
mind was
one.
stuck on Letitia Wright for a minute. I'm like, I
Which
know it's not
actress
Shuri.
plays the
It's
character
not
of
Shuri.
Bianca, the female co-lead
Valkyrie.
in the films
Yes.
Creed and Creed 2.
Oh, it is?
Both using early JT Eagles.
I still didn't give you the name of the
All right,
actress.
but hey, you know what?
Use them when you need them. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jeff Sneider.
Tessa Thompson.
Yes. Reilly.
Tessa Thompson.
Both using it.
Tessa
smart
Thompson.
Here, and
Tessa Thompson.
They used them well, so they both got it. So we still have ourselves a 3-3 game here, Mark, as we get to the next one.
I will never refuse a question.
I do have to
about
brag that
Creed or
both of
Creed
us have
2.
had the
Your
names
next
written
query, gentlemen, is
before
in
they
the
called for
category new
JTE, though.
releases. Yes, new releases. Here it is. Miami cops Marcus and Mike go toe-to-toe with the widow of a cartel kingpin in what 2020 action film? Semantics question.
One of the only movies released in 2020. It's not hard to figure this one out.
Either one.
I usually go 2020.
Yeah, either one. 5.
Hey, Makuga.
Yeah. Where's Makuga on this one?
Where's
Pens
Makuga?
down, and Mark Reilly.
Bad Boys for Life.
Yes. And Sneider.
Bad Boys for Life.
We
What about
ain't
4-4?
going
Our
nowhere.
next
Bad
question.
Boys for
We're
Life.
bad boys for
All
life.
right, here it is. Number 5, fantasy sci-fi. Who plays the character of Kane Wise, who's a hero who has both human and canine DNA in the film Jupiter Ascending.
Legendary screening that you and I attended to that one.
Yeah, we saw a double feature, remember?
Yeah, a lot of
Why does that
rollerblade.
movie exist?
A lot of rollerblade.
5, 4, 3,
Thanks,
2,
you.
1. Pens down, please. And Jeff Sneider.
Channing Tatum.
Yes. Reilly.
Channing Tatum.
5,
Channing
5.
Tatum.
What a battle.
Tanning
for the two
Tatum.
former champions as we get to question 6.
I don't think
It's
you
in
said
the
that
world of
right.
comedies.
No, I don't think he spells his name right.
Oh, that's right.
Just a laugh.
I think he said that right.
That's fine.
He spells his name correctly.
Your question. For a point, who stars as stuntman Rod
Yes.
Denver
Oh,
in
God.
2007
Yeah.
Hot Rod?
Yes, I just watched this
Never
the
saw this
other
movie.
day.
People love it.
People do love this movie.
Oh, it's so good. Although,
I
understandably,
did not love
I,
it.
I wouldn't have needed to rewatch it to answer
4,
this question.
3,
I am not a fan of this movie.
1.
This movie's
Pens
so
down,
good.
I
and
don't
so good.
like this movie.
Reilly, you wrote afterwards, right? I can't take
Yeah,
your.
yeah, and I didn't get it, so that's fine.
Okay. All right. And Sneider.
Andy Samberg.
Yes. All right. So
Andy
6-5,
Samberg.
6-5.
Andrew
Snyder
Samberg.
takes his first lead there as we get to the next question here.
Sandy Amberg.
Horror/thriller. Who directed the thrillers Wild at Heart and Mulholland Drive?
Oh man.
I was writing down as soon as that first blood is drawn, it just heat ratchets up just a little bit.
That's with these two. Yeah. 5,
No, it's not.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jeff Sneider.
David Lynch.
Yes. And Mark Reilly.
David Lynch.
Yep. So
Nope.
David
Snyder
Lynch.
keeps his
I'm not
lead,
even sure
and
my
we
answer
get
made
to a place
sense.
Here that if Snyder hits it, only
I
you know,
refuse
we'll
sometimes
have
to
the
show
bonus
what's on my
question to try
board.
to get an extra point here. If he
So
gets
is
it
my
right.
right.
to do.
Don't sweat it, Riley.
That is
It's
my
gonna be
right.
Animation.
That is a smart thing to do every once in a while.
Your next category is in the world of fart movie. I'm sorry, I read that wrong.
Fart
Animated
movies.
film. Movies drawn by hand on a computer.
Who
maybe it's
farted
not
in?
motion.
There's
So ridiculous.
Gentlemen, in what 1990s Disney
Nah.
animated film
Yes.
Come on, Snyder.
the main character referred to as a street rat?
Spell it right.
Riff raff, street rat.
Right, Christian, we've
I
seen
don't
a perfect
buy
question for our
that.
bonus answer become the deciding factor.
This is probably my favorite
Frank
Disney
today,
animated
man.
movie.
I love this because Sneider complains about getting the
three,
perfect round
2,
when the animated is the
1,
last question,
Reilly?
and he has the opportunity here.
Aladdin.
Yes, and Sneider.
Yeah, you got it, you dork.
Aladdin.
Snyder
Oh,
gets it.
dork.
Perfect round.
Aladdin.
So he
Perfect
and
round.
We'll get this bonus question here. If he gets it, he gets
Yeah.
himself a 2-point lead over.
I went
Reilly.
6. I feel
Jeff, you
good.
ready?
Why'd you click on that
Right,
again?
You
here
got this, Snyder.
I
You
hit
got
the
this.
space bar by accident.
Who directed
So it does that.
Birds of Prey and the Fabulous
Oh.
Emancipation of One Harley Quinn?
Fantabulous.
Kathy Gann.
There you go. One more
Yeah.
point. For
It's a
Jeff
new
Sneider.
director that I don't know off the top of my head yet.
Comment.
Yeah.
I got Gucci here in the comments giving false answers. What is this? An American Tale. What is this? He's trying to throw me off, or he's trying to help somebody. I don't like it.
He's
He
not-
might be trying to throw me off. I don't know.
You certainly can't do that.
Yeah,
Let's
Gucci, you
not-
can't be typing answers real or fake in the comments.
You're 100% cannot do that. That is a warning to you, Gucci. Thank you for pointing it out, Snyder.
Uh-oh.
If that is done again, you will cost Mark Reilly a point. So you got a warning.
Whoa, easy, Gooch.
So let's
Come on.
bring the moron in and bring Roxy in. So,
Bring
here we go.
Jeez.
So round number 2. Here we go.
It's all Christian's fault for giggling at something Gucci typed pre-show, and now it's back to bite him in the arm.
It wasn't a fake answer. I'll tell you that.
Wish I could say what I really want to say.
On the animated question, what do you want? What do you want from me?
Hey, no, you did a
The
great job.
rules
You're doing
of
fantastic.
round
Great job.
number 2 are as such. Round number 2 is the wheel round, the wheel of fate, doom, and ultimately
Chaos.
justice will be served. Each competitor spins a bird.
Once again at the hands
Once you
of
select categories,
Baba
4
Gucci.
questions from that genre will be asked to you, and you alone.
I don't expect
You
anything
for
less.
2 points. No penalty for missing. A
Oh,
question.
no, of
However,
course not.
stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. We promise.
The man likes to shake things up wherever he goes, apparently.
1. Christian, both competitors retaining 2 JTE rules and their usage of a challenge.
Hydrate or dehydrate.
Competitor, but it is Jeff Sneider with a 2-point advantage over Mark Yodi Reilly. So, Jeff, you're going to have 60 seconds to consult with your manager,
Are you writing
Roxy. Do you
catchphrases
want
for
to spin first or
now?
defer to your opponent?
Sorry, what?
First of all, Jeff,
That sounds like
amazing
what they would
job.
come
I'm
up
so
with.
proud of you right now.
Huh?
You're the opposite of a street rat. In our delightful
Are you
call
writing
right before
catchphrases
this,
for good mythical
what
morning?
is it that you want
Oh,
to do about
something
the
they would
US
come up
thing?
with.
Tell people how that call went really quickly.
No, Jeff, what do you want to do?
No.
right now?
And
because, I may get a category I don't like.
StreamYard
so
hated
I
you
wanna know
there.
If I can go multiple choice or if I need
Probably.
to do the 2-pointer. So I think we should let Reilly spin first, put him in the hot seat.
There we go. All right, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna spin second. Second is the best.
All
First
right.
is the worst. Let's go, Jeff.
Thank
You're freaking awesome. Keep killing it. Listen
right.
up for those steals.
Gonna remove Roxy the moment. We're gonna bring back the Gooch and Mark Reilly. All right, 60 seconds to talk to Reilly starting now.
Great job, buddy boy.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah. Well,
Feeling good.
well orchestrated JTE rules. You got 2 left. We know that. Look, he had a good round. The
He had a good round, yeah. I should have had that Andy Samberg. That should have been but that's all right.
That's
all right.
He
What?
falters in the second round. This guy
He
doesn't-
sure
That
does.
goes without saying.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Who doesn't even know what block she lives on. I'm not even 100% sure she knows what state she's in. So you got to look at it that way. She'll do something stupid here. There's no question about it.
I really love Hot Rod.
She
It's
has no
just
idea what she's doing.
Right.
it's just a stupid comfort comedy, honestly.
He always does.
Maybe when I watched it, I was
Take
way
the
too
spin and we know what we
sober,
wanna
but I was
do.
like,
We're-
Exactly what we want to do.
I watched it sober.
Spin. Let's see what
Did
the
you, though?
Schmoedown gods give us here, my friend.
I think you need to look at it with a different perspective.
You do things like this. This is what happened.
All right.
All right,
You're right. Where's my edibles at?
Here's the first spin.
There you go. You don't have any.
Here's
It's
Mark
Texas.
Reilly.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of different categories.
I don't
in there,
have
obviously,
any.
that Mark Reilly could be very, very good at.
Yeah.
We don't know at this point, especially with Ben Bateman.
We don't live in California. You silly goose.
I already have one open.
On
Where'd
Will
it go?
Smith starting now.
Hey, listen, dude. There's Will Smith. I'm good at, but they've been doing it a lot lately, and that thing's on the
Yeah.
wheel a lot. So let's spin again
What's wrong with you?
and test our luck. Okay.
Yeah, and that
Kinda
clown
hungry.
on the wheel too. I would say
You're gonna get hungrier that way.
Spin it again, please.
All right, here's the spin.
I
Final
got
spin. Whatever
pizza
Reilly
being
gets
delivered.
here,
I'm good.
you gotta take.
I love that Mel Brooks wedge on the wheel.
Snyder doesn't.
Christopher Nolan.
films.
Take it.
Christopher Nolan
I mean,
films.
you don't have a choice, but take it anyway.
4 questions in the realm of Nolan films.
Really?
Moving
On camera?
out Gucci, bringing back Sneider. And we're going to bring in 4 questions here from the realm of Christopher Nolan films. Mark Reilly. are you
In
ready?
Tenet.
Ready.
All right, here you go.
That would suck.
Which actress plays Dr. Amelia Brand, who is the daughter of Michael Caine's character in Interstellar?
Yeah. Yep.
Jessica Chastain.
No.
Incorrect.
That's
Sneider. Which actress
Michael-
plays Amelia
Michael.
Brand, the daughter of Michael
Michael
Caine's
Caine.
character in
It's
Interstellar?
Matthew McConaughey's daughter is Jessica Chastain.
Is it Anne Hathaway?
It's correct for 2 points.
It doesn't even make. They're like 2 years apart.
All right, here it is. Here's the
Watch
second
the
one.
movie.
All right.
Oh, okay.
In The Dark Knight Rises,
Dummy.
what is the name of the computer program that
Oh.
Selena Kyle is after?
Clean
where
slate.
You can erase your name from all databases.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Fresh Start, B, Clean Slate, C, New Beginning, D, Do-Over?
Clean
He
slate.
isn't boy.
Clean Slate is correct.
The
All
doy
right.
dot the desk doll.
Question number 3.
That's a deep cut
Which
Doug
Christopher
reference.
Nolan film features the actors Jeremy Theobald,
Oh, come on.
Alex Haw, and Lucy Russell?
His first one.
I've heard of any of these.
His first movie, whatever it was called.
The backwards movie,
Memento? No.
Memento.
5,
Yeah.
4, 3,
The one before it.
2.
Multiple choice.
Is it A,
Insomnia.
Following,
Is it Insomnia?
B, Memento?
Following.
It's following, yeah.
C,
Following.
Dunkirk.
Following.
Correct for 1 more point.
You said his
And
first one. I
your
was like, I
final
know what that is. I
question.
can't remember off the top of my head, and I saw
Plays
following.
Yeah.
The character of
Tom Hardy.
the tough guy in Nolan's Inception.
Speaking of Inception, we did a watch along on our channel.
Log on patreon.com/cinephonex
More
at
points.
$10
Mark
tier. You
Riley.
can watch our watch along of
Everybody ties
Inception we
himself
did
up with
last
Jeff
Saturday.
Sneider, but Sneider has an opportunity here to have a massive,
Plugs.
massive second round. Gonna
Thank you for spinning
remove
Christopher
Mark
Nolan, Riley.
Bring back Roxy.
Yeah.
60 seconds starting now.
This is absolutely huge. You know that. Right
I think
now,
I would
if you
take the
have to,
Christopher
take
Nolan
the
slice.
multiple choice as much as you need.
Yeah,
Just make
I think
sure
you
that
would
you
have
don't
to-
let him get any big steals.
I'd have to
right now. Let's
rewatch
spin the wheel, see what we
Dunkirk
get, but we're in really
and probably
good shape.
actually
That's
watch
awesome steal.
Following and Insomnia too.
All right.
Insomnia, following.
Wheel.
What's the one with the magician?
And just first
Actually, I would flat out just rewatch all of them just because they're all pretty good.
With the
The
exception,
Prestige.
yeah. Maybe you might be able to skip the Batman ones just because we watch those a lot as is anyways.
It's true. It's true. I already know this.
Ooh,
Festival Darling.
Pass.
I think that's a good.
Oh.
No, he's gonna take it.
Jeff, you
He's
got
gonna
this.
take
You're
it.
My darling, honey.
Ah.
That's it.
Are you kidding?
I understand why.
Already chosen.
Yeah.
Well, darlings. All
Don't
right, so
pass.
we're gonna
That's
remove
just strength
Roxy,
right there.
and
He's gonna kill
now
this.
We bring 4 questions from Festival Darlings into the game here. Mark, are you ready to get going, Jeff?
Yes.
All right, Mark.
All right, here we go, Jeff. You selected Festival Darlings rather quickly. And your first question for 2 points. Which actor stars in the science fiction
Jared
drama
Leto.
Mr. Nobody?
Yeah.
Five, 4,
Mr. Nobody.
3.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice for a point. Is it A, Robert Pattinson, B, Jim Sturgis, C, Jared Leto, or
Or
D,
D. Channing Tatum.
Yeah, see, they misdid his
Season
name
Cat,
also.
Jared Leto.
Season Cat is correct for a point.
Yeah. It's
All right,
It's
question 2.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff.
I would
moving
love
on.
someday for this
Question.
channel to blow up
World
and
Festival
have the opportunity to
Darling.
actually interview him and call him
Here it
that
is.
to his face.
Well, everyone's
Ryan
going to have to
Gosling and
like,
Michelle
comment, and
Williams
subscribe.
starring
Yeah.
Blue Valentine, which was directed by whom?
Oh,
Derek C. France.
Great pronunciation as well for 2
That's a pull.
points. And now Jeff Sneider has a
That's a-
3-point lead.
that's a pull.
2 questions left.
That's not a director name you typically memorize.
Question 3.
Jeff,
Snyder does though.
penultimate question in the world of Festival Darlings.
Like, comment,
2 more
subscribe, share our stuff on
In
Twitter.
Silver Linings Playbook. What's the football
Steelers.
team that the Patrizio family are diehard fans of?
Is it the Steelers?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
wearing a Deshaun Jackson jersey. That is correct for 2
I was
points.
close.
Christian,
Same state.
9 advantage for Jeff Sneider going into round number 3. If he nails
Same
this
state, wrong
last
city.
question 2 in the world of Festival Darlings. 2 points.
Look, I don't know sports, guys.
What is the first name of Kip's girlfriend from Detroit?
LaFonda.
In Napoleon
LaFonda.
Dynamite?
Yes.
LaFonda.
Multiple choice.
Yeah, that's gonna get him there.
Is it A. Deborah, B.
LaFonda,
B. LaFonda, or D. Trishna?
Really, only one of those names stands out.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the? Is it a repeat if I ask you to redo the things?
Would you like to buy some keychains and trying to save money to go to college? Your mother went to college.
Is it A. Deborah?
I love that line.
I've been talking online with babes all day long.
All day.
I know.
That movie's so good. It's so stupid, but it's good.
All right, Jeff. For a point, is it A. Deborah?
I
B.
love technology,
LaFonda,
but not
D.
as much as you see. But I still love technology. Always and
Good instinct, Christian. That's
forever.
another point for him. And now Jeff Sneider has an impressive lead going into the final round, round number 3.
Hey, Napoleon, can I get some of those chicken nuggets? No, get your own.
Round number 3. It's the final round.
Not chicken nuggets, tater tots. It's been a minute since I've seen Napoleon Dynamite.
In round number 3, the field of
I've got
competitors
nunchuck skills,
Here's the number.
bow
You need three
staff
numbers
skills,
for each of you.
pretty much any of the Ninja Turtles.
You may not pick the same numbers as your opponent. Now, why is that?
Is it because you think you're fat? Because
each
you're
number
not.
corresponds
You
to
could
a
drink whole
different
milk if you
unique
want.
Category of movie
I love that one.
know-how. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next one is worth 3
Oh,
points.
God,
Wes.
what a good Listen to Fanatics Napoleon Dynamite quote along.
Oh, we need to do a Napoleon Dynamite watch along. That would be fantastic.
And Christian, like you said, Jeff
Nacho
Sneider,
Libre
6-point
and
lead
Napoleon
going into round
Dynamite.
number 3. He's up 17
One
to
is
11. So Jeff,
one's gonna go up on the channel, the other one's Patreon.
You want to do like the Jared Hess month?
Yeah,
3, 11, and 16.
3, 11, and
that's coming.
He said 311.
I'm original. I said it.
And we need to pull in a guest for both of those.
12.
I'll reach out, see if I can get what's his name, the one who plays Napoleon.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
I'll see if I can get him.
Yeah.
And 3, 11, and 16 for Sneider. All
If you can't go, reach out to Jack
So,
Black.
Because Jeff will be going second.
I'll reach out to him second. I'm gonna have to go to Richard Linklater to get him though because of School of Rock.
Well, luckily we know where he lives. He's like right down the street.
Get this guy to his 5.
You can just go knock on his door.
Close personal friends with Richard Linklater. No, we're not.
Hey, Richard, can you hook us up with Jack Black and a cup of sugar?
Let's do it.
All right. And Roxy, same thing.
He goes to their neighbor for a cup of sugar anymore.
You got 2 JTEs. Keep your head in the game.
Go to the grocery store and buy your own.
Lead, but that doesn't mean get cocky.
It's not that expensive, you lazy bastard.
Now this is yours. Let's go on to that
I
next.
promise
round
you,
of
the shelves do have sugar again.
Good job by you, Rox.
All right. So
Although I would recommend while you're there, pick up some toilet paper just to be safe.
Here, Mark Reilly will go first. And Reilly, we're going to move the managers out.
I love technology. It's stuck in my head now.
I know it is, isn't it? And you only
Always
hold
and forever.
a bit.
Category 12, World of Crime Films.
Okay.
Ooh,
Crime films for your 2-pointer.
Some crime.
Here it is.
Scarface.
Name 2 of the 4 films that Robert De Niro and Al Pacino
Irishman.
And Godfather Part 2.
Yeah. What are the other ones?
5.
Heat and Godfather 2.
Yeah.
That is correct for 2 points. All right. We were all
Forgot about Heat.
Irishman, and we also are taking Right to Kill.
I don't know if I want to challenge this, but he
Oh,
didn't
no.
really give the full title for Godfather 2.
It's up to you if you want to challenge it. We can bring Roxy.
Wait,
in.
what?
A little petty, Roxy. Should we just let that one slide?
I don't believe in petty if you don't think it's right, it's not right.
Godfather Part 2 is the title. Godfather 2.
I do think what they're going to say is he wasn't confusing it with another film because there is no Godfather 2 based on the logic that usually comes from Christian and Mark. So
He's literally forgetting another word.
I need an option. Do you want to take it?
I'm going to challenge.
Okay.
Oh, like the iCard pops up. Next up, Liz Shannon Miller.
title and a strong title.
You know what? Never mind. Let's just watch this other video instead.
The official challenge is that Mark Reilly did not give the full title. He is missing a word in his title that he gave.
He said Godfather 2. Technically, he's missing 2 words.
In a moment.
All right. We haven't had one of these in a minute.
So, like I just said, technically, Mark Reilly is missing 2 words. It's The Godfather Part 2. Which, here's the thing, the use of the word "the" really doesn't matter because there's no other movie called Godfather Part 2. At the same time,
there's no other movie called Godfather 2.
Yeah, but here's the thing, the word "part" is not a what's it called? The word "the" is a
proper. No,
not proper. Like
predicate
or.
Yeah,
predicate word.
Predicate. Yeah.
We're not the grammar fanatics, so
thank the Lord.
Is, the type of word that "the" is, it falls into the category of words like "a" and "I." Well, no, not necessarily "I," but "a" and "the." All of those, I feel like that's what they're called, like the predicate words.
Call them little tiny words.
The word "part" is not one of those words.
Any other title, it would be part of the title. Part is a word that stands on its own.
Yes. The movie is not called Godfather 2. It's called Godfather Part 2. I feel like that there's a solid argument for. I mean, that's like if you called The Little Mermaid just Little Mermaid, cool. You still got it because everyone knows what you mean. But not saying the word "part" is. Let me see if I can think of a movie that's kind of close to that.
Well, I was to say, so at the end of the day, how do you think this would get ruled then? Because we know that he knows it's Godfather 2. It's Godfather Part 2, The Godfather Part 2. It's all the same movie, and everybody knows that Mark Reilly knows it. It's very apparent that he knows what movie it is.
But here's the thing: there was one. Oh, what was that? Back when we first started the Schmoedown replay, it was one of the ones where Roca joined us, and I was questioning whether or not we could accept it due to your argument here is common sense. It is common sense that Godfather 2 is typically referred to. Yeah. Is typically referred to as Godfather Part 2.
Yep.
So, therefore, using common sense, can you infer that that's what Reilly meant? When we had Roca on, and I brought this point up, Roca was saying the problem with that is it's common sense. Yes, the term common sense. Who's common sense? Because not everyone has the same, and even though it's called common, not everyone has the same common sense.
That is the argument there. There's a reason it's called common sense is because it's common across everybody, or it should be common across everybody.
Yeah,
the problem
is the key.
The problem is what Roca brought up is he brought up his Lena Headey issue, in which case we know that he means Lena Headey. We know that's her name. He said Lena Headley. That's not her name. But we know who he's talking about. He knows who he's talking about. Do we just accept that? Well, they didn't accept it because it's not the right name. Now, that's a name. That is a name of a person. When it comes to movie titles and their sequels, is there an argument for it's the second one? Unless there's like an incredibly long specific title that you need to hit, when it's just Godfather Part 2 versus Godfather 2, do you go off of common sense or go like, no, we actually need every single word there?
And I know that's what's being questioned, because if any of us are talking about movies in common, just talking about movies, if we say Godfather 2, everyone knows what you're talking about. But in the case of actually playing movie trivia, think about this like a question on like a test that you had back in grade school. Yeah. If you were close to the name but not exactly, would you have gotten the points on that test?
You said grade school?
Yeah, I know.
In elementary school, yes. In high school, probably not.
Yeah. So I would say for some of us, that might have been a long time ago.
Yeah.
Who knows?
This is the same issue though, where if someone asks, say what movie was Kurt Russell what Marvel movie was Kurt Russell the villain of, and someone goes Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Well, it's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Are we getting specific about how they denote sequels in these movie titles?
Or how you should reference it using the proper movie title. That's, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the fact that this is a movie trivia competition. This is one and they're slowly gaining more and more followers, more people watching. Yeah. To take this seriously, I don't feel like you can't default to what you think might be common sense. I think you have to stick by the hard and true. What is the title of the movie? These are people that are supposed to be experts at movie knowledge and movie trivia. Therefore, they should know the exact title.
But do you also include the then when you say that? Because you have to if you're going to say that.
But that goes back to the previous rule in that there is no other movie called Godfather Part 2. But there's no other movie called Godfather 2. True, but the difference there is the word part is not in the same grouping of words like the, a, or an.
It's still a word that is just used to denote the sequel, though. It's not necessarily it has no bearing on the term Godfather. It's just there to denote the sequel. So it's a throwaway word, essentially.
So with that argument, then, if I was to reference, hey, my favorite movie is Shawshank. Anyone who's watching, y'all all know, if I say my favorite movie is Shawshank, you know what movie I'm talking about. I didn't say and I didn't say Redemption. Yeah. There's no other movie called Shawshank. So everyone knows if I say Shawshank is my favorite movie, that I mean Shawshank Redemption.
But redemption's not a throwaway word.
Well, neither is part. Part is not a throwaway word. The is. I would agree.
You understand what I'm saying when I say throwaway, though, right? I'm saying it's a word that's not necessary to understand the title of the movie.
There is a slight difference, I agree, between the word part and redemption. The word part is a part of signifying that it's the second movie. It is part 2.
It's just the term they use to denote the second movie.
Yeah, much like what you were saying with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I can see an argument where Reilly does get away with saying Godfather 2.
I'm kind of interested as to where this could go, because I could actually see it swing both ways on this.
It would be interesting. It would be interesting if it actually creates a rule on its own. Like, do you have to use the specific terms that denote sequels like that? When the sequel itself does not have a very specific on its own independent title, and just use a term to denote the sequel, do you have to use that term too?
And we know we're in a position where essentially the rule book is, for all intents and purposes, done and created.
It's officially being ratified and whatnot.
Apparently. Let's see where this potentially goes, because I'm kind of curious.
Yep.
I wonder if they spent as long deliberating this as we spent talking about this.
Oh, yeah, sure. I go try to play it now and you want to buffer. We're live. What are you buffering for? Okay. Just hit play button again, I guess.
That's how I do it.
Tap that play button twice.
We're back, and
Double
we
tap.
do have the combination. So the challenge at hand is that Mark Reilly, while he did say Godfather 2, did not say The Godfather Part 2, which is the full title of the movie. However, because there is no other film that we would be confusing, or Mark Reilly, more importantly, would be confusing with Godfather Part 2, the points will be awarded to Mark Reilly. The challenge is overruled, and the rock stars and Jeff Sneider have no challenges.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought.
All right.
Completely fair still, Jeff. I like the challenge, and I understand exactly what we were going for. He was wrong.
It's typical Sneider.
All right. Fine. All right. So that was
I completely
question
understand.
number
You're
one.
still wrong.
And
Bye.
that is now 17-13. As we now get to question
Wow.
number 2.
Christian's like, nope.
Number 2 is 9. And Mark,
We got
gotta
it.
go
We're
right
good.
back into crime
We're
movies
done.
because you got Scorsese.
Okay.
Scorsese for your 3-pointer in order to get within 1. Here it is.
The problem is now if there's something to challenge, he can't challenge it.
All right. Who plays Iris's manipulative pimp named Sport in Taxi Driver?
I don't remember who played the pimp.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Harvey Keitel.
For 3 points.
That
Mark
makes
Reilly
sense.
Getting closer
All right.
there and getting
Challenge, his name is Harvey
take a
Kettle.
lead over
No.
Sneider. If he
You say no like I was serious.
and he has
No,
an
you're
opportunity to
wrong.
take a lead. However,
I know.
if he misses the
It's a
5-pointer
joke.
here, Jeff Sneider and the Rockstars will win via TKO, and Sneider will await the winner of Tom versus Ethan. All right.
Challenge, his name is
Mark
Tanning
Reilly,
Tatum.
You chose category 17. Category 17. Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep it is.
Meryl Streep.
5 points.
Meryl Streep.
Here is the question.
Kramer versus Kramer.
Academy Award-winning director Milos Forman,
Milos
made his American acting debut in what 1986 Meryl Streep film?
Oh, not gonna know this.
1986 Meryl Streep film.
5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
Got to dive back into the
Mark Reilly. All right, here it is. Academy Award-winning
the annals of Meryl Streep's career.
his American acting debut.
Could you have worded that a little bit differently?
Meryl Streep.
I mean, I could have. It would have been wrong.
Hands up. Riley, we need your hands up. Thank you.
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Last one. Academy Award-winning director Milos Forman made his American acting debut in what 1986
Fantastic.
Meryl Streep
I love it.
film? There it is.
There it is. Does he get it?
5,
Does he get to it?
4,
Does he get to it?
3, 2.
Out of Africa.
Nope.
Either.
Wow. TKO. Wow.
Jeez.
Sneider! The answer was Heartburn. Heartburn was the
I didn't even
answer.
heard
yeah.
Heartburn
movie.
was the
You know that movie, right?
Oh,
answer. Mark Reilly, Jeff Sneider. Jeff Sneider takes a big.
It's part of a
4 points.
series of movies that was cut
And
short by
gets
its
the
sequel,
Rockstars
Pepto Bismol.
A much needed 4 points. And Roxy, I'm sure you're going to like this following statement, eliminating the Finstock Exchange from
Ooh.
the tournament. There's no more Finstock Exchange.
That's
here.
it.
The Rockstars have done it. So, Roxy, let's start with
Ooh.
you. You said it
How
from
do
the
you feel,
beginning that
Roxy?
Sneider is one of the elite
Fantastic.
competitors, and he certainly proves it here.
That was not supposed to be a Roxy
with
impression.
massive
That would have been
victory
really bad.
against, Mark
That was
Reilly,
a-
who fought
that was a really
his way
weird
back with
Roxy
that
impression.
steal, with that steal in the second round.
I'm feeling great. My name's Roxy. That's not.
This is
That's
Jeff's
not right.
tournament.
That's not
This
correct.
is the tournament where he wins. I just feel it in my bones.
That's not what her
I
voice
didn't
sounds
think
like.
I'd feel as bad for Reilly as I feel right now. That was hard to watch, like an old dog getting taken out to the path.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It was challenging to watch him go down like that because he was once so great. And this was just not his day today.
Yeah, but it was Sneider.
Unfortunately for him, it was Snyder's day. I mean, to go perfect round one with that bonus point. What Jeff does for a living is basically watch
If it was
Jeff
like any competitor that wasn't a veteran of the league, then a TKO would have been like, I don't feel good about that one.
Every single one.
But it was
My
Sneider.
hats
Like,
off to Jeff, and I will always love him being.
I feel like this is one that you can just kind of shake off and like, we'll come back next year.
Jeff,
all good.
You got a big W here today. It was a TKO over a legend of the game. Did you play well enough today to win the whole tournament, or do you need to improve on some aspects of your game before your next match?
That being said, who does
need to improve.
Gucci keep next year?
Wheel, and I'm glad that I avoided him. I mean, Festival Darlings is a strength, and I still had to go to multiple choice once. You know, animation, it's always dicey, and it drives me nuts that it's always the 8th question in round 1. But I get it. Listen, you could get the gloating a-hole Jeff Sneider right now. I could do that real easily after.
Did you say the glowing a-hole?
I think Mark Reilly
gloating.
got a tough.
Okay,
break
that was a whole new thing I didn't know about Jeff Sneider.
His 5-point
That it was glowing.
So, fun fact, moms and dads, parents at home, here's a little arts and crafts project you can use with a glow stick.
I dodged the bullet.
That's the glow stick.
Put it on the chair, sit on it,
play this game, my friend.
wiggle around a little bit.
Everything to exploit. Don't even try.
Glowing
Turn the lights out.
Well, I mean, look. So let me tell you this. Once again, you've had a chance here. You beat Ryan.
Wow.
And you had.
What does this channel devolve to?
You lost to.
Apparently, arts and crafts time.
And now, Ethan Irwin and Tom play. Now, I would assume, maybe I'm wrong. I would assume that you're looking to see Ethan Irwin to try to take back that loss that he handed you early in the beginning of this season.
I mean, listen, I wouldn't mind avoiding Ethan Irwin, but yeah, in the same spirit that I want.
Yeah, but by avoiding Ethan Irwin means that you got to take on Tom. That's not much better.
I'm better than Ethan Irwin. I outplayed him the last game.
Welcome to the part of the bracket where it gets a little rough.
And my legacy is cemented. So I just keep coming within this close. And in that case, I mean, it's not going to happen again, guys. It's not going to happen again.
Speaking of which, those of y'all that are watching us live, we got something to say about this. We'll do it here in a little bit towards the end of this, but y'all are going to want to. You're going to want to stay tuned.
You don't know what he. Yeah.
Don't click off once the video.
Don't click off once this is done.
Jeff is unstoppable right now, and
we're about to tease you a bit.
I really believe it. This is his tournament. This is his time. Would it be nice to beat Ethan Irwin? Yeah, that would be really nice. So part of me is hoping that he does win this.
I'm looking forward to
the
this post-match interview with Dagnino here.
Right now, Tom Dagnino is crying, and that's just making me feel pretty giddy. So I'm just going to take a minute to revel in this so that piece of trash can just sit there and be out of the tournament. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels good.
Well, look, and
I don't know if y'all know this, but Roxy's a heel.
Season in the first half of it, and the second half, is starting.
Just in case anyone was confused.
I figured she probably wears heels. I didn't know she was a heel.
This tournament, he started
definitely
9-7, and now he's 12-7.
For those of you who don't know how this works, if you call somebody a piece of trash,
very, very close. So
you are a heel.
To Jeff Sneider, congratulations.
If you call someone a loser or an idiot, you are a heel.
But what if they actually are a loser, idiot, or piece of trash? Then aren't you just speaking the truth and you're doing society a favor?
You're still a heel. No, we're talking about within the Schmoedown. Oh, okay. I don't know or care about rules outside of Schmoedown.
You're like, there's no real world implications in the Schmoedown.
You played great. It's not this.
Yeah,
not that we've seen anyway.
This is one of those ones where it's a guy who's off his game. I think I think Sneider was right that Nolan and Hathaway question that was it.
That got me.
Yeah. So did you?
It was the wrong one. Yep.
Yeah.
I know where I effed, and then because of it, I knew. I felt a little shook up, but I should have gone for the following. But really, in the end, it didn't. That was the dagger. And
shook up.
Jesus, come on.
It's a hard question.
That was a tough one. I would have. Sophie
heartburn. I know heartburn. Sure. That was. Street.
I had wings last night. I had it.
Yeah.
My God.
Sounds about right. I think most people would have agreed with your guess, Reilly, with Out of Africa. So I think Christian and I are both.
Heartburn. That's a movie I experience every time I eat Tex-Mex.
I like how we're taking the same joke and we're just re-saying it in like 3 different ways.
I do have to ask you this question.
That's our shtick.
You see with teams every so often, you get into a season, you realize it hasn't gone your way. I know you got a big teams tournament coming up. You got a lot of horses you're starting in there.
Heartburn. That's that movie that reminds me when I literally took a lighter and set my chest on fire.
Towards next season, and maybe a roster shift, some sort of.
You didn't see it going that way, did you?
Are you thinking
No,
about next year
I was
at
talking
all
about a
at this
literal
point?
fire there.
Well, I mean, I think you got a little bit. Things ain't going our way. A bunch of teams are serving up
I'm
nightmare.
an idiot. Who
juice
lets me
and,
on the
we're
internet?
drinking it. And it's something that we seem to be on a streak.
I'm an
right now, and it's
enabler.
not good. Same thing happened last year, and we came out shining. Look, like I said before, a lot of people are sitting there. Nobody wants the Finstock Exchange to win, but people on the Finstock Exchange. So it's very hard to sit back when everybody hates you. And I totally get it. The beginning of the season, yes. Did we have the greatest players that ever lived? Everybody thought we were going to run away with this thing. It's not the case, man. You never show a full plate of food to people who are hungry. And guess what? We're showing full plates of food to people who are hungry. Swag, Dan. I hate to say it, but the rock stars.
Speaking of Gucci, can you get to your point? I'm hungry.
It's an issue.
Yeah, I would like a full plate of food. I would like a full plate of food.
Look,
Just kidding.
Will Smith.
I actually do want to hear what
I
he.
liked his logic on there. I think it's been
what he's saying
There's
here.
gonna be a ton of deep cuts. I know he knows Nolan.
It's prophetic.
Well enough. The goal here, when you play a guy like Jeff Sneider, who's such a great player, and I'm not gonna say he's not. He's fantastic. In my opinion, he's top 5 players of all time. We had to play damn near perfect.
Yeah.
Unless, he sits back and gets something like opponent choice like Mel Brooks, and where, he's the only guy to ever quit live on air, basically, in my opinion. And Roxy doesn't even know, if she's playing or not. So you always got to look at it this way. If Sneider gets what he gets, he's going to win the game 95% of the time. He's that good. Mark gave him a great shot here. Tough 5-pointer. It is what it is. We'll be back.
We'll be back. And, thanks for what you said, Sneider. That was fun, actually. And I think Sneider is playing at a level right now that I respect. And that, he gave me the respect. Rocks, you're dead.
That microphone looks familiar.
That's fine. I'm looking forward to next season and, getting up and, this is a new thing here at home. Maybe we get back in the studio one day and there might be another dynamic shift.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too. I mean, I think, to speak on what Reilly's saying, too,
I can see a world where Reilly does stay in the exchange.
It's all about aura. We're about presence. It is, the digital age is something that, Mark has adapted to after a couple of rough starts.
We always have to see where the founding fathers end up, too.
I feel that we had a huge advantage over some of these teams. The aura and the presence we would bring in. We'd bring 9 of 10 of our faction members in with us. They were already beat before they even answered the first question. This is something that I'm going to relate to here, where I think the Finstock Exchange stumbling here definitely has to do with this. Like I said before, COVID-19 was put in place to get the Finstock Exchange out, and that's exactly what's happening.
All right. Well, look, this is it was as Mark said, the teams tournament coming up soon. Mark Reilly, as always, legend of the game, had a great run here.
Amazing.
Loses here to Jeff Sneider as we see our
Perfect.
17-16.
Perfect.
The exchange bowing out of the tournament, guys. Thank you for the great run, and we'll see you in a moment. All right, so we're going to remove them, and I think that Dagnino's right here. Is that Sneider?
COVID-19 was definitely put in.
That we saw in the silly outfit that he popped in with Montano, and
It was completely to mess with Gucci.
Kind of part of how he walks down the street.
All right, Gucci's been messed with. We could stop COVID now.
The same Jeff Sneider I used to see when he used to play.
The Finstock Exchange was out of the singles tournament. Let's bust out that vaccine.
Like, I'm just kind of here. His eyes seem to
stop wearing masks in public, and
locked in the same way
you can hug people again.
The big title defenses, and he has.
Let's not handshake though. I feel like that needs to disappear.
He was still doing that to get into the head of Reilly to see if he could get into his head, make him fumble the 3 because he got rattled on that too. That's the Jeff Sneider that used to play in the 16 and 17 season, and that's a very scary Jeff Sneider.
That's the look in his eye that I've seen, Christian, when we used to tangle on the basketball court in the comedian basketball game every Saturday in Hollywood. And, you bring up a great point. For the first time since 2013, you said something interesting. When Jeff Sneider entered this tournament, he was 9-7, which is the record of a tenured player who's pretty good. Now he's 12-7, which is the record of a player who is great. If he gets to 14-7 and wins this tournament, you could be talking about a legend of the game. So are we watching that in its formation, or is Jeff Sneider going to be upset and just be a thorn in Mark Reilly's side forevermore? I don't think Reilly's going anywhere, but I think right now Jeff Sneider could be going to the top.
All right, so there it is. Jeff Sneider takes the victory via TKO. He wins 17-16, and the Rockstars, look at that, picking up 4 points. There are the standings as they are today. The Rockstars, who were in
needs the Founding
serious
Fathers
trouble,
to really
Jeff
do it
Sneider
in the team tournament.
has earned them so far, just himself has earned them 13 points. 13 points so far, just Jeff Sneider alone. So there is a lot to come in the season still, and the Rockstars are still in this thing, and Jeff Sneider is advancing to await the winner of Tom versus Ethan. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining us here today. If you didn't already know, we have a lot of brand new shows now on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown page here, SEN. Please go and check out all of our shows. There's a show for you every day, sometimes even 2, maybe even 3.
I see some numbers dropping. People are clicking off. We told y'all not to click off. There's a tease coming. Come back.
All of our shows are
There's something
available on
coming here.
podcast form,
Oh, they've already left.
Spotify,
They can't hear me.
Apple Podcasts,
Oh, well.
wherever. Today,
Hey,
we thank you for
come
joining
back.
us,
I don't know if
and
that
thank you,
works.
Mark
Oh,
Ellis,
someone came
for joining
back.
us as always,
Someone heard me.
And we will see
Oh, cool.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. So we've got Jeff Snyder's continuing on. He's going to be taking on whoever wins between Ethan Irwin and Tom, which we will be seeing next week. Again, we'll get into that here in a minute. Fantastic game, though. Like, really good. I don't know. Like, I'm still kind of curious as to what, now that we've seen this match, I want to go back to like the Facebook page and see what the internet chatter is. You got to stop that. The internet chatter is in regards to that challenge. Just because like I said at the end of that, I could see it go either way. I'm really kind of curious as to what like the public opinion of that one was. I mean, I feel okay with it. It makes sense, but
again, I think it's a situation where you got the Godfather Part 2. That makes sense. What wouldn't make sense is say like, the answer is Indiana Jones 2. No, that doesn't fly. That's not the name of the movie. The movie is not called Indiana Jones 2.
Yeah.
So it's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, or the Temple of Doom, or whatever. I know the first one's Raiders of the Lost Ark. So
yeah.
So I mean, it's got Godfather. It's got 2. It's Godfather 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Either way, though, like we were saying at the beginning of this was veteran versus veteran in the Schmoedown. They've played each other before, and seemingly Sneider always wins these. But this was a very close game. Even though it was a TKO, there didn't seem to be a huge point spread like there was in the last time, like we saw in the promo.
Yeah.
I think Reilly did a very good job in this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, Sneider just got that one little extra squeak in there.
That's the thing. Both of these guys are continue to show why they have been in this league for so long, why they continue to be in this league, and why I don't think either one of them are going anywhere anytime soon.
No.
You know, you got Reilly teasing there that he wants to get back into the studio, so we know Reilly's coming back next year. There's no well, this is the end of Reilly's run again. This is Reilly like, well, you know, I got TKO'd by another great in the league, so there's no reason to go anywhere. He's coming back next year. So.
I'm so eager for this to get back in a studio. I want to see studio footage again, even though it's going to be a whole new studio. So therefore, it's not going to look how we're used to it looking. I just want to see a studio format just because I love it that way.
Yeah, it feels like right now we are in the tunnel driving to the new studio. We were in the old studio, now we're in that dark tunnel. We've just got to keep going to the light. We got to keep driving to the light. At the end of the tunnel is the bright, new, shiny, fancy new studio.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. Sneider here though. Sneider doing what we expect. I mean, like I said, Sneider's on a roll. He's on fire right now. He's trying to cement his place his legacy in this league. He's gonna have a good match coming up here next go around versus either Ethan or Tom. So it's gonna be very interesting to see, you know, how far he can take this, if he can take this run all the way to the finals and then up against Dan. Ooh, Dan versus Sneider at Spectacular.
Yeah, that might be really good. Because Snyder's definitely one of those that I would put him on the short list of people who probably should have won the singles belt by now.
Yeah.
And hasn't. So I think he's up there with like Andreyko. And a lot of people say that about Andreyko a lot. So I would put him on that list as well. So I would like to see Sneider get that belt just for that ability to say that he is a champion.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just a matter of time. As long as he continues plugging away in this league, he will eventually get to that point, and that might even be this year. So we will wait and see. Watch his career.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. No,
it's too late. Anyway, so great stuff coming on the replay here pretty soon. I know this week we were guestless on yesterday's episode and today's episode. That happens every now and then. Just, you know, you try to get guests and sometimes schedules don't align. It's okay. It's the way it works sometimes. Next week, however.
So we're going to have a little bit of we just got back to a normal Schmoedown schedule, and we're already putting a hiccup into it. Next week, as of right now, the plan is that we will be doing the Schmoedown replay on Thursday when the Thursday Schmoedown match goes live. That night we'll do our replay as normal. Then there's the match on Friday, which apparently, according to the schedule, Friday match is going to be Ethan versus Tom. We will not be doing a Schmoedown replay that night. Instead, thank you for mimicking exactly what I'm moving. I feel like that was that movie Dave where he's doing the thing, the hands with the mechanical arms. I caught a fish this big. If y'all haven't seen Dave, fantastic movie. Anyways, instead of doing the Schmoedown replay on Friday, it will be on the following Saturday. So next Saturday, roughly around the same time is going to be the Schmoedown replay, which is going to be 9 p.m. Central Time, 7 Pacific. Stop it.
I'm doing this on purpose.
Yeah. 10 Eastern. There is a specific reason why we are going to be doing it on Saturday. It is, for all intents and purposes right now, it's going to be our biggest Schmoedown replay ever.
Oh, yeah.
I will say that, again, we've been guestless this week. We will not be guestless that night. You're going to want to be here that night because, as far as I know, we're going to have a first on that particular episode.
We may very well have ourselves a new friend.
Possibly. That's all we're going to say about this. So next Saturday, Schmoedown replay with a guest. We will be replaying Tom versus Ethan. You're gonna want to be here for this one. Absolutely.
I can't wait to have a friend. I want a friend.
You've got me.
You're my brother. You're not a friend.
Oh yeah. I hate your guts. Anyways.
Shut up, you idiot.
Would you shut your yapper? Anyways, that's our tease for next week. However you want to take that, feel free to take that in that way. But
you're going to want to follow us on the social medias, and you'll see the more to come.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I am eager for that episode. So yeah, that's what's happening on Saturday of next week. We do have on Tuesday, we will have, where's all the stuff here? On Tuesday, we will have the tagline, the show where the tagline is the title. We're going to be talking about movie news. I very much believe we will probably be talking about what's going on as far as like the Spider-Verse that's happening. Apparently, yeah, that's going to be probably one of the topics on there because I want to talk about that. Anyways, that's our show. Talk about movies. Come back. That's Tuesday night, 9:30 p.m. Central Time, 7 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. So be here for that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a hoot.
A hoot. Okay. Anyways, I believe that's going to do it for tonight's episode of The Replay. Those of y'all in the chat, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching that. Make sure you follow us on social media. I see where you're pointing. I'll get to it. Follow us on social media. We are at Cinefanatics MLP, Chris Adams MLP, Robert Adams MLP. And also make sure you are following on patreon.com/Cinefanatics. We are gearing up to make some changes to that. You're going to want to be a part of this Patreon. We are building a fan base. We are building a community. That's going to be the best place to go because we got a lot of fun things coming.
We are Richard gearing up for...
Anyways, I'll have you know he took himself out. That's how bad he feels about that joke. I did not remove him from this stream. He did it himself. Yeah, there you go. Anyways, yes, make sure you are following us on patreon.com/Cinefanatics. I love how you're OCD about I have to be on this side of the screen. So make sure you're following us on there. Even just hop on the $1 tier. Just the $1. It's $1 a month. Just sign in for $1 and forget about it. That would be immensely helpful. Anyways, do that. Again, going back to wow. Going back, those of y'all in the chat, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for being here tonight. We hope this was very entertaining for you. Let us know how you feel by commenting, tweeting at us, whatever you would like. That's going to do it for tonight. So, yeah, as for my brother, as for myself, y'all all have a great evening and good night.
See ya.
Later.